Yes, I am apologizing for not doing this sooner. For far too long, we have suffered as a community, as a collective, gamers in general, targeted um, with hate, attacked in the wallet. So I apologize that I have not done something sooner. Yes, this is my first video, and no, there's no controversy. Not yet. But I messed up. And it's time for me to kill the Steam backlog. That is right. A horrific creature. I'm sure that every single person in their mind pop sees it. The games they bought on sale. The shady key resellers that you shouldn't be messing with. The Steam sales. Did I say that? I might have said that. The point is that they reach in and take and take and take. I've had enough. That's right. I've had enough. So the intent of this video was to get out a intro before the intro. That is right. I am starting to make a introduction video. So I wanted a introduction video to said introduction video. And then the next introduction video is, of course, an introduction to my introduction series of videos. Don't get confused. It's not confusing. Just write it down. So, intro to the intro. I am learning all of this off of whatever saying works in your culture. I can't remember a single one. Off the whim of your pants, the hem of your jeans. You guys know what I'm talking about. Whiff of your fart. Shim of the sham. Scam of the scam. Talking about scams, no scamming. I forgot to say that. I'm not scamming. If I do it, it's not a scam. So if you see anyone say it's a scam, think to yourself, but he said he wouldn't. That's rule number 3. Scams. None. No scams. So this is just was supposed to be a quick introduction video. 10-15 minutes. It's not. So yeah, I don't know what the hell I'm doing. I'm hoping over time. I'm good at picking stuff up. I'm tech literate. I'm hoping after picking some stuff up over time, boom, I'm competent. Or I end up finding someone to help me out. I am fortunate to know a lot of very smart people, um, smart enough to avoid me. So I am continuing to pursue and will hopefully wear them down. I hope that's not a problem. I drink water. Probably, a good idea to include that in the apology video. Plastic water. That's rough. And then I'm gonna throw this right out my window. Not even recycle. I hate recycling. So yeah, that's rough. Although I will tell you guys, I started taking a to-do list, and I do have reusable cups that I forgot at work. So I just have to bring them back. So yeah, I'm planning on learning how to make a video, an introduction video. I already have some ideas that I'm writing down. Um, I messed up a part of that video, so I'm just re-recording this, and now I'm gonna let you go to that quite stunningly handsome man. Needs to shave. R/am I ugly? I could never do that. So yeah. So what that son of a gun is going to be teaching you about is a Google Sheet. It's really pretty. Has a nice key, trying to keep any abbreviations together on there, so I don't fill out the whole squares and make it all wonky. I like things to look pretty. I like things to be organized. um, so yeah, help me help you look at this Google Sheet as I'm learning how to do Google Sheets. um, and please join me. you know the rest of this video is going to be freaking bunk. I have no clue what I mentioned in this part and what I mentioned in the next part, so good luck with that. I'll probably maybe repeat myself. I think I was going to set timestamps up, but this has ruined everything. Because now I got to learn how to edit a video and splice it together. And then I had to learn how to download a program that wasn't downloading. It's all the way down. Just keeps going. Alright. That's the future me, or the past me that you will see in the future. Stay frosty. Am I allowed to use that? I don't like that one. We'll go with something different. Yeah. Thank you for coming back and watching this. If that is so, I never really did Excel. I'm at least I know about it a little bit. This documented for myself, a lot of ideas down. Yeah, like I'm just messing around with it. I have to start exporting a lot of data. I'm going to export all the games I have. This is total achievement count, achievement completion, achievement to be completed, estimated time. Another time, please. I have a highlight key that I'm going to highlight the game with. A key for any sort of anagrams, is it, or whatever I use to abbreviation, to abbreviate the words, efficiency, and it just looks nicer, and that's important to me. This will be, I will have this posted. This will be publicly available when I eventually get it done. It won't be editable, of course, but I will update it after each stream and video ends. Pochita. I love Pochita. Alright, so on to the stream news. I got a new banner, logs, and I made a new icon. I will show you guys the icon closer. I'm thinking about, I have to check if I can download the VODs and upload them to YouTube. I probably will. If I can, to start with, just to get things rolling. And then as soon as I find my rhythm, we'll figure out where to go from there. So yeah, I have an icon, a banner. I've pretty much started condensing my brand and making it easier to find me, easier to find things. Like this is going to be posted on YouTube, Twitch, the Google link, probably on a website if I ever make one. Now I know what you're thinking. why would I care about this? Some people do. I do. So that's enough. All right. YouTube channel, same thing. This is going to be the first YouTube video and intro to the introduction video. Um, I I have so much on my plate right now, and I'm figuring it all out as I go. So excuse me. Same banner, same picture. I got these from Pexels, I think. I can absolutely, you know, credit the author if I need to. They're free use pictures, at least as far as I'm aware. Um, and then here's my icon again. Here we have a bit of a better description of what I want to do. Twitch's description is much shorter. You're only allowed like 400 words, but you're allowed 1,000 here. Uh, Pause it if you want to look at it, or I mean, the channel's up now. You have this right here. You have my email address if anybody wants to, hit me up. Let me know. Okay, there we go. Here's my links. Uh, that's actually a pretty good segue into AI generation. Um, I have been I had a change in my life where I wanted to begin using the tools around me, because if everyone else is using it and I'm not, I'm just intentionally crippling myself. Um, so what I use is pretty simple. I've been using Evernote, but I've really landed on liking the Whisper Flow app. I don't know. Uh, okay, so Whisper Flow, which I'm having a great time with. It's so easy and intuitive. I'm going back over it myself. I know I was using one, Otter AI, before I found Whisper Flow. They had a summarize function. If there ends up being a summarize function in here, the only usage of that might be to see what my ideas condensed down uh, are. Everything's going to be essentially written, by my mouth. It just makes it easier to record it, not have to listen to the recording, transcribe it. You guys get the gist. Um, I may use a few generated pictures, AI generated pictures. If people have a problem with that, that's absolutely understandable. I support artists. I consider myself an artist myself. I did a lot of drawing and painting back in, high school and college. So I get it. Uh, I'm more of a uh, do what you can afford kind of guy, but then pay it forward. If I use and I have not yet, if I use any AI images, it will be clearly labeled, um, and I'm only planning on using a couple. And if people like this, I have no problem paying an artist. I will. And I mean, even then, talking about AI generated art, this is the official logo. And this was all handmade. Thank you. Um, I made this myself just now using a mixture of Canva, the snipping tool. Um, yeah. So, and the free picture website I had, the free use picture. So, um, you have the Steam icon. Uh, I might put a pile of logs here or like a stack of books. I don't know why a stack of books. I like a stack of books though. Like Okay. We hate. I'm doing this on the wrong screen. Sorry. We hate Steam backlogs. Pretty self-explanatory. This is cut off. Oh well, you're just gonna have to figure it out, put it together. It's a puzzle. No, it says we hate unbegotten achievements because we do. We want those achievements to be begotten. This is me with an axe, slaying. It's a Minecraft axe. I love Minecraft. Probably won't be playing Minecraft much since there's not really achievements tied to Steam. Although I can always be open to a stream here or there. I love modded Minecraft. Factory games are my jam. So we hate Steam backlogs. Uh, we hate unbegotten achievements. This is the meme hand. Fun fact, that's actually my hand in the picture. My arm. You see that vein right there? Yeah, that's me. That's my own picture. Um, yeah, so that's a real picture of my arm holding that axe. And I am slaying Steam. I put my challenge out to Gabe Newell. If he's ever wants to come at me, he can. I'll take him on. I don't mind. So uh, yeah, that's the icon. 100% handmade. I don't know what I have to credit. I don't know if I'm allowed to have, Steam's icon in it. I assume it should fall under some sort of parody law, but if it becomes a problem, I'll change it, of course. If any problems crop, um, I'll fix it. You know, I don't mind doing that. Okay, so whisper, blah, blah, blah. Okay, I want to show you guys my first goal. What's going to be my first channel goal? Let's see here. This doesn't work out. I'm gonna go in for beatboxing. So, I'm having an issue transferring over my Steam library data to a Google Sheet. I'm going to have to do it by hand. I do not want to do that. I will. If somebody wants to do it for me, konnichiwa. That was real cringy. If somebody wants to do it for me, or tell me how to do it. I think I tried using like TrueDB achievements or something like that. All right. Boop boop boop. No, that is not it. I might just edit this out, but then I have to learn how to edit videos. And like I said, I'm not. I can just ask AI to do it. Mine. Oh shit! I'll ask AI to edit that out too. I keep doing it. Oh, they have Transformers. I'm a big nerd. I'm a huge freaking nerd. I love everything nerd. So, this is our first goal. Okay. This is our first goal. How is that our first goal? Why is that our first goal? Are you like sponsored or something? No. I just like collectibles. Uh, let's see. Ooh. that is the EVA01. Most of you guys should know that. From Evangelion, or Galleon. I don't think anyone ever told me if I was crazy or not. I love it. It's from a place in Manhattan. Tamaya? It's not Tamiya. Uh, but something like that. I'll edit it in at some point. I'll figure it out. Um, okay. So why this? I'll tell you why. When I was a kid, we had just moved here from New York. This was like '02. Um, and we were having a house built. And like I'm pretty sure that was around the time where the housing bubble was starting to blow up, kind of thing, until it popped. So it was fairly cheap for my parents. My dad had a good job. We moved out here and we lived in a rental. It was just like a ranch style house, pretty small. We moved on my younger sister's birthday, and my other sister was recently born. Um, so we go. Now, this is a hazy part. I think it was BJ's. BJ's is a wholesale store, kind of like Costco. Uh, I don't have Costco's close to me. BJ's is much closer. Same deal. Costco's better though. Um, I think it was BJ's, and we're on our way home. And my parents tell me, they go, "Hey, we got you guys something." What'd you get? It's a surprise. Well, I'm a kid. It's like a 40-minute drive. So I'm done playing my game outside the window. Hopefully, some of you guys know this. I've seen it. Some people talk about it online. The game where the guy runs alongside the car with you, boop, boop, jumping on things. Anybody else play that? Um, so my imagination starts, oh, overdrive. Literally, I found this with my wife. I was just going through Instagram or something. Um, Usually, I don't really tend to click these ads. But since, they have every single bit of my information and they know I'm a nerd, they know I grew up loving Power Rangers. I'm not like huge about it now. I just very nostalgic, that kind of deal. Where us millennials, older Gen Zs are being very nostalgic. So my imagination going back and forth. They got me a new video game console. They got me a computer. They got me this. I think at that point I had a Game Boy. So they got me a new Pokemon game or something of the like. But then I landed on what they got me. I knew. And at the time, it was a very complex image for a kid. I was about 5 or 6 years old. Very complex image. And I'll be goddamned. I've always remembered that. It was so specific. And we got home. It was like a tempera acrylic paint set for kids. Um, I got myself real upset. It sounds a little selfish, but I got pretty upset because I knew what I was getting, and just for that to screw me like that is possibly the worst feeling I've ever felt. Um, on top of uh, some other situations. where that evoked the same feelings. When I made a deal with my dad that I would buy him a Dodge Viper, the car, old one, like 70s, and he would buy me a Transformer robot, the kind you get at Walmart. He shook on it. I haven't seen the Transformer, but he hasn't seen the Dodge Viper. It stands to be seen if I ever have the money to get him a Dodge Viper, I'm getting it for him. But at this point, I want like a real Transformer, or at least a good one. It's a Dodge Viper. Come on. And don't make fun of his choice of car. He likes it, whatever. That's his choice. What I was thinking of, this guy right here. No fucking joke. Everything down to the fucking letter. This is what my 5-year-old brain imagined. Although I think it was white. I think it was like white and like black accents with gold. So just replace the red with white, and that's what I thought. At the time I was watching, Power Rangers, so I knew about the Megazords. It's not like I just created this entire new idea. I had watched the show. I'm sure I had seen a dragon toy out there. There might have been at the time, since it was a popular show. So yeah, I don't know why it came to me. Probably a more simple explanation now that I'm getting down to it. Um, Aliens sound a little stupid. Now I'll follow up on that. There's another story where my trust was completely and utterly betrayed. Um, except it was a good one. I think we were coming back from Florida. My mom's family lived in Florida, so we'd go there on vacations, and we'd always drive. And my parents on the way up were telling us about how they have a surprise for us at home. Now, I've been burned once. The one and only thing in my head, a tempera acrylic paint set for kids. Also, is it weird that I look here or here? Let me know. I'll work on it. I have two screens. Um, I'm sure, most people have to figure out what they like. Um, so yeah, there's a very reasonable explanation now that I go through the whole story. However, uh, time travel. Yeah. So what this is, very detailed figure. I've always loved Power Ranger Megazords. They're the coolest thing. I've had quite a few of them growing up. I don't have any now. They are garbage now. They're cheap plastic and I hate them and I hate everything about them. And I bother my wife by complaining in the toy aisle every single time we go to Walmart about how bad it is. You have to buy each one separate. And it's a very cheap plastic. We used to get like a box, and then you took the box home. It had every single one, each one transformed into its own robot, each one combined, each one had accessories. I had the shape one. I had the one with three. I think it was like a blue dolphin, a red something, and a yellow something, maybe a Triceratops. I don't know. Um, I had that one. That one was cool. Uh, I don't know. Okay, so let's just make this clear. This isn't going to be a toy channel. However, I will do the occasional unboxing. This is a specific event that I am planning on holding, an event that I want to do to, have fun. Share a bit of my love, a bit of my nostalgia with you guys, and with my family. Because the program is stay, play, giveaway. Wow. Yeah, I know. So I remember talking to my wife after I saw this. I was like, with my first paycheck, if my YouTube or Twitch, takes off, I'm gonna buy myself one of these. It is $400, and it's coming in January 2027. So, you know, I'll do probably a different one that's available for the first give stay play giveaway. Um, but so that we could get it set up sooner. Uh, so one of these is $400. Three of them, 1,200. So the stay play giveaway, I will buy three of a three of one of these. Um, let's see. Every dollar I receive, at least for the very first one, every first the first $1,200 I receive, and I'll cover tax and such, um, is going towards this to buy three of these. And like they have cool things, so like we'll figure something else out. I never really played this or know about Super Space Sheriff Gavin Infinity. I want more like this guy. Dope. Available now. June 2026. That's right now. So we'll do this. Three of these. I'm sure this guy also combines with. I wonder if he comes with them. Oh, it comes separately. Okay. Um, so of course, eventually I have to do a giveaway for one of those. So three of these. Every dollar goes into the $1,500. Um, one is for me to collect. I am not a scalper, but I do like a nice bent collectible. Um, I know with my Evangelion, it's a metal build frame that I got in New York. It's really nice. I love it. I got one for my friend too for Christmas. Someone that hopefully you guys will be seeing a lot of. Also have a bunch of Legos. Love Legos. Um, so collectible, glass case, nice display. Maybe in the back of a nicer display room. I'm just starting this. I'd eventually like to get a studio or something set up. You know how it is. Um, Set up collectible behind me in a case, podium, something that looks nice. Two, play. No toy should be unplayed. None. Um, Especially with how freaking cool they are. I need to play. I have two kids. I have two boys. My older son is already, showing interest in Power Rangers. Am I really gonna like my Legos I have up and I don't let him play with them because, they break and I only have one. Um, of course I have a box of Legos that he can play with under supervision, so there's no choking with either of our sons. But um, yeah, I want to play with it. He wants to play with. He'll want to play with it. I want to take the Dragon Megazord and display that personally on my desk because I don't think you can get it separately. Um, and that is my nostalgia trip. Um, of course, other things. We could do other things. It would be super cool if they like sponsored me or something, but that's going way in the future, and I sound crazy. Um, right now, this is wholly on my own. Again, please, please, please let me know if something about this isn't allowed, because then I will not do it. And that's fine. If I can't do it, I can't do it. But I just don't know all of the rules. Like this stuff's cool. I don't even know what this is. Does it? Looks like they transform. There's six of them. Oh. All right. And now the meat and potatoes. I'm sorry it took this long. I'm probably going to go ahead and put some timestamps. However, please bear with me. You know, I want to make a huge long video explaining this whole concept. This is just something before that because that's going to take me at least a week. Again, I'm learning, I'm teaching myself, doing everything myself. I have friends that might be able to help in the future, but right now I'm just pretty much free balling it. All right, so what the main mission, our main goal is to kill this mother effer, the F word, the mother F word, trucker. Try not to curse with my sons. My kids are starting to curse, and it's fucking hilarious. But I feel bad. I don't think he does it at school, but so what are we doing? I have separated my Steam library up into every game that I have that I have achievements in. Uh, 386/389. I don't know what that filter thing is. I'm gonna have to fix it. So either I'm missing 3 or I'm gonna gain 3. Um, I cleaned this up last night. I cleaned up my Steam library. I'm pretty sure this is every single game we're going to beat. I took out games that, like Skyrim, for example, I'd rather just play the special edition. Yeah, I'm pretty sure they have the same exact um, achievements. And a lot of these games there are quite a few games like Skyrim that I've played. I played a lot of. Um, I tried getting all the achievements when I was younger. I lost my attention span. That's why I'm doing this, because making myself have to do this as a job, then I'm gonna fuck this baby up. Um, so all of these have achievements. I've fallen victim to the backlog curse. I've bought bundles. I've bought sketchy keys where it's like $1 for 5 games, and you have some of the weirdest college art project games. Um, you know, uh, some amazing games, God of War. Some of these games, again, I played on console, so I only have 7 out of 37. I've played farther, but I've never beaten the game. I probably would take a game off if I 100%ed it on the console, but there's, none of that. Um, Everything, if people want it, I'll give it. I just said the Skyrim Special Edition has probably the same exact achievements um, as the original one, but if people want to see both of them, then people want to see both of them. The time investment that there's going to be to beat all of these is going to be insane. Some of these games will take an hour. Some of these games I can beat in the background. One that I know about, like Eidolon. I'm not gonna have people, watch that. Kovacs is literally just start the game, basically. And we're just gonna go through and beat every single one of these games. There will be unachievable achievements. Um, we just kind of have to, oh well. Uh, and that's truly unachievable. Like an achievement for pre-ordering the game. We'll still play the game. We'll just end up, you know, modding it with Steam Achievement Manager, changing it with Steam Achievement Manager. And those will pretty much be the only ones, anything that is truly unobtainable. Like if we have to do something crazy, like go find the guy that named the dog, in Fable, and we have to find him in real life, and tell him, hey, get on to Fable and then join a game with me. If I can, I will. Um, that is one of the differentiated colors on the sheet. I believe I'm making it brown right now, or like gray, partially achievable. So blue is going to be, any game that has an achievement that might find itself to be unobtainable. Um, so, of course, I have co-op games. I have multiplayer games. I'm planning on playing with friends. I'm planning on having people join me in this adventure. I'm trying to build a Twitch brand. I'm trying to build, a YouTube brand because I like this idea. It's fun. And I want to work from home. I also feel like I can be pretty interesting, uh, I'm kind of insane. So sitting here and rambling on and on with my stream of consciousness to myself, um, I might as well just record it. I was doing that before. Um, so yeah, we're gonna go through. We're gonna beat every single one. Doesn't matter if the game's bad. If the game sucks, oh well. Um, now I might not personally achieve every single achievement. Um, I'll have a friend with me who I might have a friend or two join me along for this because some of these games will take hundreds of hours. In the uh, Google Sheet, I'm going to list how long the estimated time is. Is probably going to be like a couple hundred days of playtime. I can't do that alone. I don't think that is logically possible. But if I get help along the way, if my friend Kyle plays through Mordhau and streams and records or something and posts it to the channel, him getting every achievement, then I will go into Steam Achievement Manager and give them to myself, so that I'm not doing all the work by myself. If I go through the math and it's like, hey, don't be a pansy, you're actually going to be done with this in 3 years, then I'll change my tune. But as of right now, like it seems like it'll be impossible to achieve unless I split the load a little bit. Um, my current achievements, I've had this account for 15 years. Um, I love just bizarre shit, which is why I have, this, Castle Crashers with flowers. Why not? You know, I love it. 523 games overall, DLC owned. I'm not sure how many games have uh, achievement DLCs, if any. If I have the achievement, we're getting them. If the DLC is worth playing, I'm getting them. But if it's like Oblivion horse armor, equip your horse with armor, I'm not. And I didn't already have it because I do have that. Then I'm not going to get it because that's just giving money to a greedy practice. I have 3,743 achievements, 18% average game completion rate. I've never completed a game 100%, not on Steam at least. I think I 100%ed Jack and Daxter on the PS2. Not too long ago, too. I think I did it on the PS3. Yes. So like a decade ago. 15 years of service. I've had this since pretty close to the beginning. You'll find it hard to find accounts around this age because it was just smaller. It only had a couple of games with the Orange Box, Team Fortress, CS:GO, or CS Source, Counter Strike One, Half Life. Um, which hey, I have a couple of them on in my library, so we'll be going we'll be going through it. Um, if people want this reset, I will reset. I'm sure I might have used Steam, Achievement Manager. I remember using it as a kid. I don't know if those effects are still there. I have to go through and see if I've 100%ed any games. I just have to clean it up. Uh, I've had some friends, my wife, go on to my account and, play a game and get an achievement. Um, I'll go through and any that I can find, I'll throw out. Like, of course, if it's beat the game and I know I haven't beaten the game, but if it's like plant your first crop, then whatever, just let it go. Um, but again, if you guys want me to just start completely from a clean slate, I will do that too. And I'll let you guys know how freaking long that'll take. Um, all right. Yeah, so other than that, I think I am going to post this. Um, Thanks for watching. I hope to, see you from now on. Please like and subscribe. I'm hoping to put out a lot of content. Uh, I work during the week, but I'm going to try to at least get an hour or two out a night, whatever I can. If it's watching me try to beat a couple of achievements. We're gonna have like fun events when it comes to, you know, um, choosing new games. Like we could do like a roulette wheel, or I can, have a subscriber pick, someone in the comments randomize it. Just fun ideas like that to pick games. Also, to go back to, is it threesome? Yes, stay play giveaway. Of course, the third Megazord or whatever I get will be given away to a subscriber. So like $1,400. Any money I get starting, since the channel started is going to go to that. I just have to get the elements set up and everything set up for it. But I mean, hey, thank you guys so much. I'm hoping this is the start of something new. Um, I'm gonna put my heart into this because I feel like this is what I'm supposed to do. you know Not importantly like I'm going to save the world, but this is something that I can contribute some good to, have some good laughs, make some lives better. uh and I hope to see you guys again. If you like what you see, tell your friends, like and subscribe please. And I love you all. Thank you.